All right, we are back with another hot topic and hot topics because we got a
Hot
lot to discuss
topics.
this
We got a
time.
lot to discuss.
I'm bringing more to the table because somebody didn't do their job this week.
Like those
So
accusations.
I got work here ready to go, y'all. This week has been kind of crazy.
Work was crazy for me.
Oh yeah, well the work week was crazy.
Mhm.
Actually, Friday. What holiday is it right now?
It's Easter.
Easter. I knew that, but
Mhm.
Friday was so quiet at work that I was able to play the video game. So it was so quiet.
Why would you admit to that?
They can let me go out. If they let me go, I'll be fine.
Oh.
But anyways,
Wow.
alrighty. The week for me, I was
Mhm.
tuned in. It started out with Chris Brown at a function for Coachella,
For Coachella, I saw it.
talking to Tiana Taylor. Everybody was like, "Oh my!" Because they were beefing at. Was it his birthday party? It was Usher's birthday party.
Usher's birthday party because it was at a skating rink.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I remember.
So to see them talking, I'm like, I was so excited for him because I'm like, okay, Chris is this is his year. He got a
This is his
Grammy
year.
after
Okay.
CBS said he was canceled years ago.
Yeah.
His music is residuals is fire. He's healing. His
Yeah.
music is healing, and him and Tiana reconnecting was beautiful.
It was.
And then he was seen laughing with Karuchi.
He sure was. I
Mhm.
saw that. I saw that.
I love that. Actually,
I love
guys.
it too because it's showing growth everywhere. In all those relationships. Growth,
And
growth.
Why are we excited like we know that man personally? But it's like
I don't care. I want to
It's
see
good to
everybody
watch a
win.
redemption story.
it's a redemption story.
Yes,
Yes,
I want to see whoever win.
I do too. Well, only if I like them. But I feel like, I sometimes I'm torn. Do I support Chris with Karuchi or Rihanna?
That ship has sailed.
Oh. Well, I mean, I know she's a mother now and she's probably married to this man, and that's beautiful. But I still wanted her to spin the block with Chris. I supported Chris and Rihanna actually at that time.
Mm.
It was very when I saw them cool again, it was very nostalgic for me. I'm all about the past.
You got to cut this out, but I got to say this because it's on my mind.
But she doesn't support spinning the block. But Karuchi spinning the block, you think she shouldn't do that?
You know what?
I don't think she's going to do that.
No.
I don't
You think
think
it's
she's
cool
gonna do
just to
that.
be cool with your
I
ex?
think it's cool just
Okay.
to be cool. Yeah,
I
let's just
respect
be
that.
cool.
That is growth.
Let's just
You're
be
right.
cool.
Let's just
Yes,
be friends
that's
that saw each
okay.
other at Coachella.
Yes.
But for the audience, I just was like, wow.
yes.
We needed to see that growth.
Mhm.
Because remember he went to that basketball game with Rihanna? Told her he was going to the store?
Terrible.
I mean, although
terrible.
we were just watching, what was it, the Drink Champs with Nelly, and he
Yeah.
was talking about when he made the move on Ashanti to get a hug. Now they got a whole baby.
Man.
So things
Married?
happen. Are they
So,
married?
yeah, they
Yeah,
married.
they're married.
Yes.
Oh.
They're married.
She did an interview with Angie Martinez talking about that, and I just was like, "Wow." She was like, "Yeah, he has to put a ring on it." And I'm like,
Mhm.
that's
mean,
also
she
healing
should,
for
yeah.
us because that was like 2005 when
I
they were like, remember they
know.
was beefing bad. She said she would go to functions and be like, "Cut all that Nelly off. Don't play Nelly while I'm here."
No, it was after that.
Oh.
It was after? No, because
Yeah.
05 was when we got the Body on Me remix with her.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
dang, maybe it
Yep.
was after that. I don't know how
But
long.
It
either
was
way,
in the
you
middle
know,
there, yeah.
Yeah.
either way, I just think, again, just seeing people being able to grow past their past is
Yeah.
like great.
It's
So,
nice.
I want them to win.
Also at Coachella, Megan the Stallion performed with
Oh,
Sierra,
it was
Queen
so
Latifah,
great.
and Victoria Monet.
It was so great.
Mm.
Yeah.
It was so great.
I only got to see clips of it, but to see Queen Latifah, I love whenever she gets her flowers.
Yeah.
Mm.
I love that.
Yeah.
I feel like because I don't understand why she's not her and MC Light for me. They need to be higher on like that. I know Nicki Minaj is like kind of like the top female rapper right now, but they need to be 2 and 3. Like
You know what it is?
I'm
Though?
fine with
It's
Missy Elliott,
because
too,
they
though. Yeah.
kind of. I feel like people like them as well, and I'm gonna include Will Smith. They've outgrown that needing to be amongst the
oh
greats
I
in the
got you.
rap game.
I got
They
you.
kind of outgrown the rap game,
Yeah,
so it's almost
They did
like
way more than the rap game. So
yeah. I think
I mean,
that,
that's true.
I think that growth has sparked something where it's like it doesn't bother them. I wouldn't think they would be insulted if they're not mentioned among
Yeah.
the greats,
But-
because they already have earned it and they've grown
Yeah.
But
past
Queen
it.
Latifah and MC Light have done something. They're the greats that have done it the most classiest way. There's not too much dirt on their name.
Mhm.
Like obviously for Will Smith, unfortunately him and his wife. There's a lot with that, and then the slap didn't help, and then same thing with just Little Kim is one of the greats, obviously. Well, one of the pioneers in female rap. It's a lot with that name.
I think that there
Same
would
thing
have
with Foxy.
been
They don't have that.
There's a difference too because of the time period that they were big in.
Okay.
Social media wasn't what
I
it is
respect
today.
that.
So
Yeah,
a
that's a
lot
good
of
point.
things. I think that dirt would have came out. I think that there would have been a lot on the table, more on the table for us to know. But that's just
Crimson
not where
Rain,
we were.
She just is too, I mean, I respect them. I do. I really.
Yeah, no,
And
no
to get that
disrespect.
nod from Queen Latifah at Coachella is like,
Yes.
I'm doing it.
I-
Like, she
but
should know
that
that means
again
that.
is why she is one of the greats, because she humbly was like, "Yeah, I'll come out and do Coachella
Yeah,
with you."
that
Absolutely.
I'm waiting for the day we get a record of like, kind of like Ladies Night, I guess, where you got multiple female rappers on the. Like, I want to
I've
hear
been
Queen.
working on the track for that.
That would be crazy.
Ooh.
That would be crazy.
Just
Like, we
to
need
redo.
Nicki Minaj,
Yeah,
Queen
that's a good idea.
Latifah.
I've said that though.
But I don't think, and I know you can't put everybody on the song, but the music video could have everybody.
Yeah,
But
like
I
the
want to see
original,
like,
yeah.
and because not all the female rappers can rap, so that's understandable. You're not gonna
Yeah.
get everybody on there. But if we can get Nicki, Queen, Meg, and JT,
JT.
I like JT.
JT.
like
No, I thought it
JT.
needed to be like probably the biggest female rappers that are out right now. But I'll be honest with you,
JT
Nicki ain't gonna be able to be on that. She got beef with everybody.
Yeah, no.
Like this got to be a united front. So,
But I don't think she has-
Cardi, Glorilla.
I don't think she has beef. I think
and
that
even
she's
Lotto.
misunderstood. I do think she's misunderstood a lot.
Nah, she
I think
talks
Nicki
too
is
much.
so passionate about it that her words get miscued.
misconstrued.
However you say. Oh, it's
No,
not
we understand what
miscued,
she's
it's
saying.
misconstrued.
Yeah, it is misconstrued. You made up a whole.
I bet you that's a word.
Miscued. Is that what you said?
Miscued.
That's like somebody
What you got
turned
for
it
Hot
on.
Topic?
You know what that reminds me of? Like something regarding to
What?
like barbecue. Is it like a barbecue?
No, you
What
talking
is that?
about that long toothpick looking
What?
thing. Right? You talking
A
about a
shish
shish
kebab?
kebab?
I am not talking about a
Oh.
shish kebab. I'm talking about barbecue. Isn't it like a sauce that's like a barbecue?
Oh, no, I don't know what you're
Misk.
What is that?
Mesquite.
Mesquite.
Oh,
It's mesquite. It's mesquite.
that's just a form of barbecue sauce.
I
Or,
understand,
you know,
but
like
I was just trying to say it reminded me of it.
well, it is. It's part
I
of
actually
barbecue.
thought I was. You know what?
You start
I
talking
have
about
a question
shish
for you
kebab.
guys actually, and I hate to do this while we're working, but like, so my shirt was hanging on a hanger for a long time, and I put it on, and it had those bumps. Are they gone?
I hate that. No,
We're good.
I mean
Okay.
they are gone.
I should have asked before we filmed.
Yeah, you should have.
We're keeping it in there. So what you got for hot topics? Wait.
Okay.
Before let's just round out Coachella altogether.
Okay.
I don't think you're gonna want to talk about this, but I do want to talk about it.
Mm.
Ray J and Princess were seen at Coachella.
Hmm.
You know they're supposed to get a divorce.
Yes. Wait. It's not
Yeah,
finalized.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
and they
snap.
were making out.
Oh
they
my
were
God.
just there. They were making out. I mean, go do your thing.
And I feel like,
Do your
first of
thing.
all, I feel like because we just talked about spinning the block.
Yeah.
If we're supposed to be getting a divorce and then we're at a concert together, maybe they were like, because we're co-parents and we got to be friends, let's go to the show together.
Mm-hmm.
They could have just been drinking, and then they're still husband and wife, so they had a passionate kiss.
Yeah.
But it was caught on camera.
I mean, making out is more than a passionate kiss.
That's true.
It is what it is. I don't have any shame.
It's for
I
her
don't have any
husband.
judgment with that
Yeah.
because I already know. Me and Koopy talk about this sometimes. If me and him break up,
Don't you say this?
I'm gonna make some phone calls sometimes, and I'm just gonna be like,
See, when you're legally married, I get that though. Like they're
Yeah.
still legally married, so everybody was making it a big deal. And then the next day, because he's going through a little mental episode right now,
he
he's
was
been.
asleep under that table.
I don't know what's wrong
You
with
need to find that
him.
clip.
What is wrong with him right now? And he
It's a lot.
snapped
He was
on
talking
her.
to Nikki. He was talking to I don't know who the chick was that he was.
He
like,
even was
playing
on
around
Kai
with.
Sanat's platform, like y'all doing, because you know Kai does like the sleepovers with the celebrities.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's like, y'all, I want to sleep over with the guys and take showers, and we were like,
That's
whoa,
pause.
literally.
Pause.
Why did you? And then Brandy started trending because he put their text messages out, and she was like, bro, what are you doing? You're better than this. So I think he's going through something,
Yeah.
but you about to make her not even want to double back to
And you know
your
what's
wife again.
You know what's crazy too? To add to that, I saw like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, Whitney Houston's sister has been talking in the media, and she was saying how she saw Ray J leaving the hotel. That
the
That
night she
night?
passed,
yes, and that
Oh,
she
I've
felt
heard that,
she
though,
felt like
before.
he had supplied.
her with some stuff.
Yep,
What did she
Yeah.
die of overdose though?
she did.
She did. Okay, I didn't
She
know
did.
if that was the.
I don't
It was
think
a
we're ever gonna
connection
know
between the
truth.
fact-
I thought she drowned
Yes,
In the
but there was
bathtub, they were saying,
it was a
yeah.
connection between the fact that because she was so
under the influence.
under the
Okay.
influence,
and then
she couldn't get herself out of the bath.
You know, you should not drink and take a hot bath because I did have a glass or two What?
So you like, this is what I did.
Well, this was a while ago, but I had 2 glasses of red wine in a bathtub. It was hot, and I just was like, relaxing. I had the bubbles. I fell asleep.
Did you?
Yeah, and the water was still running, making the bubbles, and then. Well, I mean, it didn't.
Oh my
spill or
God! It
nothing.
wasn't even at the end. Were you reheating the
First of
bath?
all, you got in the bath.
Oh, he was reheating.
This was
it.
years ago, by the
You
way.
said it was years ago.
Y'all know I don't do no bath.
That
don't
went
do
right
no bath.
over my head. I didn't.
Oh,
even
let me
think
tell you.
about,
That's
And
the first thing I
I'm gonna
thought.
tell you how old I was, but I was at my friend's house. But I wasn't 21, so I didn't even have a.
the therapy that I want us to just stop and just have a moment.
I was 19. That's fine, right? It's red wine. In France, they were giving the elementary school kids wine.
I don't know why you would pull that in. That has
Why
nothing
did
to
I
do with
say
that.
that?
You're not French.
Yeah.
You're American, and you
Oh.
know what the laws are.
Well, I had to see if I liked it, but nonetheless,
Oh my
don't get in the
gosh.
bathtub with the red wine or alcohol at all.
And be 19 because technically your age and your body weight and all of that has to deal with the fact that you can't take.
Yeah,
having drinks
there's a
of
legal
wine.
age for a reason. But mind you can get married at 18. You can fight for the country if you so choose to do so.
And
Adopt
true.
a baby at 18.
and get cigarettes. You can't rent a car though.
Yeah.
You can't rent no car,
Yeah,
but yes, you
26.
can adopt a baby before 21. Like you could be
They
20
said,
years old.
Why would they?
I don't know.
Not
I
here.
did a high school paper on this. I was like, it needs to be lowered. I don't know.
Not
crazy.
the U.S. don't play that. You ain't renting no car.
No, they were
can
like, we
adopt a
rather
baby?
protect
Like,
these
what
brand
this
new
is
cars
mean?
before we give y'all liquor. That's crazy to me.
You want
Or-
this child?
Take this baby before we
Yeah.
give you
Take
this
this
rental.
baby.
Don't mess up this Mercedes Benz, but the kids are yours. That's messed up.
Wow.
You thought you was getting a Tesla
Yeah.
on the weekend?
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could rent a car. It's just gonna be extremely expensive, right?
No,
Do you have to
you
be-
cannot.
Oh.
You
Yeah,
have
drive
to
a
be
car.
24.
No, you gotta be 26.
Oh,
That's what I always say. If I would pick the perfect age, it would be 26
be
because I can do everything.
26.
Like 21, you can drink. Obviously, we can adopt a baby at 18, and so you can rent a car, and you no longer can be drafted into the army as a man, at least.
Oh my!
That's why I always say 26 is the perfect age as an American.
Oh my goodness! Because
Women
they would
don't
just
get
leave
drafted.
You alone.
They probably do.
I
I
probably
think
should
it.
know
I
that.
think it goes both ways.
Oh, y'all can get drafted.
I think so.
Like for us though,
We don't
like,
have to enlist. You have to.
That's
Yeah,
what I
we
meant.
gotta
I didn't mean
enlist, yeah.
drafted. I meant enlist.
You have to enlist.
Y'all don't have to enlist.
Yes.
Mm.
Are you done with your Coachella?
Sorry. Yeah, I just wanted to wrap up Coachella because
I
that
don't
happened at
apologize.
Coachella. But I felt like I just want him to do better because he almost could have got his wife back and been normal. And I just hope he gets it together. What? I'm talking about Ray J.
I understand that, but that brother is fine. She accepted his lips on hers. They're good.
Yeah, she could have just been like, it was for
Unless
a quick
she was-
weekend.
unless he was forcing it.
No. I'm sure she could have just been like, bro, I was drinking and I was with you at the concert. I'm done with you. Especially the next day for you to act a fool again online.
Yes.
He was like, I hate her.
The next day,
Yeah.
There's something wrong.
He's
with
like,
them.
she's using me.
I'm not surprised because if your man push you in the pool,
He didn't push her. He tried
and
to
then,
dodge it.
and then you're like,
I don't know.
yeah,
You're like
let's
a push
have
to be.
kids. Let's get married and have kids. You ain't pushing me in no pool.
They've been getting divorced for what 6-7 years now.
It's been a long time.
You know what though? I do understand that when it's a tight relationship
And we got kids.
Yeah.
kids, it's gonna take some time to really be like done. I
Yeah.
think.
It don't take me that long. If I don't like you, I don't like you.
Yeah, I'm the same way though. If I'm over it, I'm over it.
Yeah, it wouldn't take me that long either.
Yeah.
But if we were just like amicably
That wasn't it.
She got it out of there. She got it eventually.
separated, like I said, I'm making that phone call.
How we get back to this?
I don't know. I was thinking about
What
it.
did you have, please?
Okay.
Next up is what?
Okay, so what else was happening this week as a hot topic is the fact that, and I'm gonna quote Rolling Stones here. They did an
Uh-oh.
article. Gayle King, along with some others, did a flight in space, but there was some backlash.
Yeah.
So this is what Rolling Stone reported that Gayle King's response was with this backlash, which is to her saying, quote, "My question is, have y'all been to space? Go to space or go to Blue Origin and see what they do, and then come back and say, this is a terrible thing. The broadcast journalist challenged." So all I'm saying is,
Why would she ask, have y'all been to space? No, you know we haven't been to
we
space.
haven't.
you know, we have, and the thing is that yes, you know, for one, because there are some conspiracists that are saying that it was fake.
I thought
And
it wasn't real.
and it was not real.
I didn't think it was
But
real.
two, it's like even if it was real, I mean, it's cool that y'all went and did that, but at the same time, because of where we are financially as a country, we can't really be happy that you're doing that.
There was
because
a model
it's like wasted money.
I don't know her name, but it was a model. I know she's modeled for Victoria's Secret before, but she was saying that like.
I'm looking at a story.
I was about to. He always does that to me. What are you laughing? But the model said, all this going on in the world, y'all got money to do that, but not help here and like do other things. And that's why I was like, yeah. And then Katy Perry, actually, she was on my list for that. She looked really good.
I think she looked amazing.
I was like, dang,
I think all of the women looked wonderful. I think that
Gayle looked scared.
Gayle looked.
Did you see
scared.
her walking on? She was shook.
Did you see Oprah watching from down below? She was like, I'm not getting on that thing.
I saw her crying a little bit. Maybe it was real. All I know is, I don't know that it was the smartest thing. You see these planes going down.
It's necessary.
These submarines don't get found.
Yeah.
Another submarine was lost.
No.
Yes.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think a week or two ago was a submarine that got lost. It had like 5 really rich people on there on a tourist thing. They died. But it's just like,
don't laugh after you say that.
I didn't.
But you did. Yeah. Trying to stop yourself.
I wasn't like.
Yeah, so just go on and get it out because that's what you were doing anyway.
Even if I was laughing at them, why would you get on the submarine and you know what just happened to the last one?
Yeah, it wouldn't have been me.
And the same thing with going to space. Why would you go to space?
Yes.
These planes can barely make it from where they going.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, they were only out there for like a little bit.
They weren't out there for more than like 10 seconds.
Are you serious?
No, it was longer than 10 seconds.
Katy Perry was hitting flips in that air.
Just a little bit and came back
Yes,
in.
but it was longer than 10 seconds. It was like under an hour for sure, but it wasn't longer than it wasn't.
I'm not pleased to know
seconds.
that actually. I'm actually very upset about that. But I just saw they said she released her album track list while they were up there. Like on like a little butterfly card. Yeah.
Oh, you know why?
Why?
It's probably because that's what Beyonce was doing in her commercial when she was like,
oh yeah,
I got this.
I
got
was
this
it
on
the
lock.
Verizon commercial?
It was on the Verizon commercial.
People see the queen. She always is setting the tone.
Don't she?
Setting the bar.
Don't she though?
And these people just keep
I'm
copying.
only laughing because Katy Perry is saying she regrets the attention that it got.
Oh, her album track list?
Yeah.
No, the whole going out of space.
Well, at least she looks good.
You know, and then it was like, you know, then she was kind of like trying to.
Were you trying to find how long they were out there?
Yeah,
and
but
you
I
typed
didn't.
in Google Gayle King space.
No, that came up automatically when I put in Gayle King, and I selected it,
cool.
But I didn't type it in.
She wanted to know how long they were in space, and she Googled Gayle King.
Don't come for me.
I mean, it might bring it up, but you know you gotta
Sometimes you gotta just try things.
Google how long was Gayle King in space?
Okay, they
you
were
just
want to
get me back because you laughed at the poor people that. You laughing again?
They were rich.
Oh,
you know what?
No. Okay, so it says the flight itself lasted approximately 10 minutes and 21 seconds. So they weren't up there for very long. Yeah. Like it takes a few minutes to get out of Earth. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I just can't believe that it's only a 10-minute ride.
They said that Gayle King's hair was because they noticed that normally when you're out of space, just like you know the man and the woman, I forgive me for not mentioning their names, for remembering their names, but that got stuck in space, their hair was, you know, floating around, and Katy Perry's was not. Gayle King's was, but Katy Perry's was not.
So we don't think it was real because of that?
I don't know. I know they said they didn't think it was real. I don't know about that. They did say they didn't think it was real because of the fact that somebody opened the door before they were supposed to once it landed, and then they shut it back real quick, and then somebody came over to try to pry, like they had to pry it open. They were
Jeff
like,
Bezos.
Yeah, how are you able to open that from the inside? But my thing is, why wouldn't I be able to open it from the inside?
Oh my God, because if they get up there and open it, it would suck them out and die.
Yeah, but I should have the option to want to be sucked out. Oh. Pause, as my kids would say.
Next on the list, the Tanner Adele story. Have you heard it?
No.
Okay. She didn't do her job this week.
Wait, what?
Tanner Adele. She's a country singer that was on the Beyonce country album. I mean, obviously she was big before that.
Yeah.
But she has a new song out and she's singing about her life story. Mm-hmm. The life story is the mother married the man who was he was fighting in the war or whatever. Mm-hmm. So while he was gone on duty, she was having an affair. Mm-hmm. She gets pregnant. He goes back on duty, and then she was like, I'm about to get his baby for adoption because she didn't want to get caught with the affair. Turns out it was the husband's baby anyways. Tanner Adele's the baby that was given up for adoption, and her mother died.
Oh.
But her sister somehow did the test, and they find each other. Come to find out, they are
blood
full-on siblings, both of the same parents. But your mama gave you up for adoption because she thought she was about to get caught. And so she's singing about that. And so she, I guess, never had the opportunity. People were saying, like, dang, that's messed up. You can't talk to your mom about her actions. But
Bathsheba.
That's country for you. That's country music.
That's probably why she's such a good writer and performer.
Great writer.
Because she's like, I'm coming from pain.
Next on the list, the 2025 Met Gala theme.
Which is going to be?
She don't know because she ain't.
I'm waiting.
Super fine tailoring, black style.
Oh,
That's
I did hear about that.
I didn't understand it.
Because it's got to be.
Based off just reading that.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
You get it just based off hearing that?
Yes, because I think I heard about this earlier. And what it was is that it's representing the looks that some famous like black stylists created within the fashion world.
Super fine tailoring, black style. I guess if that's okay, it makes sense. When she explained it, it made sense. Okay. But you gathered that from just reading that?
Mm-hmm.
I was
you
confused.
Think just wear black?
I didn't know what to expect. GQ and Vogue got together and they did a release to have black celebrities model samples of what they were looking for. I feel they did this to be politically correct to make sure they didn't have anybody going left, especially like with white celebrities trying to adjust in the theme of super fine tailoring black style. Because I don't want to see no artist coming out with what they think is black style and they have a do-rag on and they just kind of go totally, you know what I mean?
Oh, they go toward the culture in that way of like trying to dive into like hip hop or what they think black.
So I'm glad it was done. I'm glad they did an example now, and they actually had like Yara from I can't say her last name, but Yara from Blackish and Grownish. She was in it.
Shahidi.
Yeah. And then the guy who's in Lion King, Mufasa.
Oh,
what's his name?
Eric
Pierre.
Pierre.
He's in it. Tiana Taylor was in it. So I really liked seeing how they all looked. Looked really good. She actually had a do-rag on. She looked really great in it. Oh. So I'm looking forward to now seeing it.
Yes.
But I just don't want to see, unfortunately, like, I hope it's done. I need this to be executed very well. I don't know what I got invited to a Met Gala watch party, actually.
Really?
And I have to dress in the theme, and I'm just like,
oh,
probably not going to show up.
Oh, no. Why don't you
watch
participate?
party?
It's like at an event, like a place.
Yeah, so that you can
like
watch the celebrities.
I guess you watch the red carpet.
We just watch them walk in.
Yeah, you know the red carpet. Most people, I just watch it online. I just see the clips. Yeah. But I mean, people are going to watch the red carpet.
It's over.
Yeah. I don't think it was the Met Gala. I'm trying to remember which event was it where Kelly Rowland had to snap on that assistant that was trying to tell her to hurry up and get off the carpet.
It was somewhere in Paris.
Like that, yeah.
Fashion Week in Paris.
I know it was something.
Did you
that
see Kelly Rowland's
like,
pictures this week in that blue dress? Looking gorgeous.
You know what? I don't think I did.
One job. Sorry, you had one job.
I don't understand why you keep getting so upset at me.
Kelly Rowland looked so good. I gotta show you right now in the episode. Kobe is laughing because you didn't make me snap on you. Look how good she looks.
I did see that.
She looks so amazing.
She looks great.
And this is why I feel like I just gotta be like single until I meet somebody. Ooh, I didn't like that one. Look at that.
What does that mean? I mean, of course you're gonna be single until you meet somebody.
I need somebody. I need to meet somebody that looks like Kelly Rowland.
Oh my gosh.
She just does it for me these days.
It shouldn't just be about the look. She needs to be beautiful on the inside as well.
Exactly.
She is. That's why.
Exactly.
I mean,
Kelly Rowland is.
But
so,
I'm saying you can't just be like.
I mean, we don't know
you're not
personally,
Kelly.
but she comes.
Yeah. What if we met her and she just snapped on me like?
No, I don't think she would ever do.
And I hate your podcast. I would be
oh
like,
my gosh, the gas. I'd be like.
What if she was so mean? I'd be like, okay.
Yes, because then Beyonce would come out. She would be like, "Oh, I kind of like it, Kelly," and then she would be like,
"I love that."
Going back to like Tiana Taylor. That reminds me because so I'm looking at the interaction between her and Chris Brown. I'm impressed, obviously.
Me too.
But I'm more impressed with that girl's stomach. Because, my God, she had 2 babies. Her body looks amazing. Still.
Cut up.
It always has looked great, but, like, oh, my gosh.
You know, okay, last week I saw this video. I'm sorry we weren't going there, but remember she had the show with her and Iman?
No.
Oh, my God, they had a great reality show. They only got 1 season out of it, though, but it was just, you know, We Found Love or something like that, but Tiana and Iman.
Oh, her husband, her ex-husband. I don't know what I was thinking about. Yes, I love that.
It was a great show, and then I really liked them as a couple. And then to see them now, that makes me sad.
It does make
I'm
me
like,
sad.
dang, y'all
It
was
does.
one of the ones.
Yeah, they were. They, couples. We kind of talked about that. I think in another episode where they just have had it. I don't know why. You kind of expected certain things to kind of be a mess, like maybe during COVID or right after, but for us to be like years now after COVID, and it's like y'all couldn't get it together.
Do you think celebrity couples or just celebrities in general should be allowed to keep certain things private, or do you think they owe it to the audience to dive into that?
I think that we only know what they want us to know.
Oh, okay.
Depending on the celebrity, I think we only know what they want us to know.
Okay, I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking because remember, I think it was last week we were talking about the athlete who the guy brought him the jersey to sign, and for whatever reason he did decline, and the guy threw the jersey down and walked away.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like, do celebrities reserve that right? And I just feel like if I'm at Target, I'm not expecting to see one of my favorite singers, and I see you here, I need you to sign this for me because I never know if I'm gonna ever see you again. And then you tell me no.
Yeah, I see
That's
both sides.
tough.
I see both sides because I have seen it explained by another celebrity who was just like, if I'm at an event, I'm on. Like I'm supposed to be, taking selfies. I don't know if people do signatures anymore, but taking selfies and doing and interacting. But when I am, because I'm working, it's my
Right.
job. But when I am just in the park with my kids, you don't the times we living in, don't just walk up to me. Or if I'm at a restaurant,
You're right.
please don't do that because this is private time. Like
But it's not private because we're at the park in the public.
I mean,
I'm gonna say that when they at an event, we're not around. It's other
that's
celebrities.
That's
and
true.
Because
now you come to my environment.
I get it,
I mean, it's all of our environment.
It's like when, no,
it's the
no,
public. It's
no.
all
if
of
you're
our
at a
environment.
red carpet, that is not an environment for the average Joe.
Yeah.
But if you come to the park and the average Joe is there, you came to my environment. It's like when an ant crawls under your door into your home.
Oh my!
Now you stepping on them because they didn't came in your environment. Now if you're outside, you can go anywhere you want to, little ant.
But that's
But not in
exactly.
here.
But that's exactly what they're afraid of. They're afraid that someone's going to look at them like an ant and maybe try to attack them.
I mean, you gotta be
Fair.
So they can't
nice
be.
with how
They
you
can't
handle
have
it.
their.
You can't run up on them and be
Okay,
crazy.
if you
But
come to
But how
Chick-fil-A
do you-
and
how
I work
do
at
you-
Chick-fil-A and I ask you for an autograph, don't be mad. Bro, I'm just trying to order Chick-fil-A with my family. Okay, well, you're also the biggest NBA player right now in the world. Sign his bag. That's just an example.
it's hard. We've had that moment before with a celebrity, and it was like we didn't want to
I
say
lost it a
anything
little
because they
bit.
was out to dinner, and it's like we just want to let him have his dinner.
Mm.
But he walked right past us, and it's like I could just go. Get
Did y'all
the
speak?
picture.
No,
Oh.
we were too nervous.
Y'all better than me. I always speak.
Do you really?
Yes.
I need to have you.
But I
around.
don't-
mean,
I don't-
did
but
say
I don't be
something scrappy
obnoxious.
when they was in Atlanta, but I just
Oh, yeah.
kept it real.
Yeah, I don't be obnoxious.
kept
I
it real
always be like,
low-key.
hey. And then, like, I think they appreciate the normal hey.
And I
Yeah,
think that
yeah.
you.
I
can-
always treat them normal. I'm like, hey.
I think you can pick. I think you have to read the room. Like I think
Yeah.
if they're receptive to your hey, then by all means
Yeah.
just be like, oh my gosh, I'm a big
Yeah.
fan. Can I take a selfie? But if they're kind of like, I'm with my
Yeah,
kids.
I don't do all of that.
You know,
I'm
with
not
my
asking for
kids,
no
don't do
pictures.
that.
I don't act like a fan.
Oh,
I act like you and I are both celebrities in this restaurant, and we're being bothered by all these people. That's what goes in my what?
I have-
That's what goes in my mind.
I have to be reserved because I feel like
Oh.
I don't know if I am gonna act like a fan. So
Oh,
I just
no.
am like shut down.
I right away go
don't
to
do
celebrity
nothing.
Kelsey mode.
Because if I start screaming and I start, am I gonna stop at just a selfie? Am I also gonna want an autograph? Am I also gonna want to be like, give me your number so we
But
can
if
link
you were
up?
famous, would you want that? No.
I wouldn't. But
See?
if I met Beyonce, I would. I would be
Oh.
like, girl, we have been friends for so long.
Yeah, if I met
Oh, my
Beyonce, okay, that's not fair, Beyonce. But anybody else?
Why? Because you would act a fool.
No, I don't know how
You
I
would
react.
act.
I
Do you
wouldn't.
know
I
how
wouldn't act
Julius
a
would
fool.
have you in a full
Ooh,
Nelson? He would have him in a full Nelson.
Remember,
Yeah.
remember in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where the girl was bullying Ashley and Will had her
Right.
hemmed up? He would have me in a chokehold. I would be
would.
like,
Oh my
I deserve this,
God.
but I don't know how I. I don't know how I would act on that. However, I think.
I would be impressed meeting him too.
What?
While I was in
Who?
the full Nelson.
Oh, Julius.
I would just be like, oh my God.
I would be like, Julius, selfie.
Oh my God.
I would.
Make
I
him
would.
a celebrity.
Let's get into it.
Oh, update on Wendy Williams. Y'all know
Whoa.
I'm so invested. I'm so invested.
She's still standing in that window.
No. So, the judge rules Wendy to move out of the home, the home, whatever she was in. But the judge also told her, your career is over, and so is your fame. Why are you laughing?
Your career in what?
Fame. Why are
You
you?
can't take away
You
somebody's
can't
fame.
exactly.
you take
As
away
you
their
can't say
fame?
that. You can't even say that. And then she goes on to say what you and your niece, because her niece Alex is the one that was helping her like fight. have been doing has been dangerous, and you've tainted the justice system and swayed the jury, because she went on Breakfast Club saying all that, and just so they feel like she undermined the system by her cries for help, because they feel like they weren't mistreating her. And
but she did. I mean, it was happening to her. So you can't be like,
you can't take my voice away. Freedom of speech.
You're the victim, but I want you to continue being victimized. Mm-hmm. And how dare you stand up and say I'm being treated wrong? Like, that's backwards.
Yeah, I just didn't like reading that. I'm like, you can't say my fame is over. Now, maybe it is. Maybe this is time for me to like rest and get out of the situation. Yeah. Don't go seeking fame. I mean,
she won't have a show anymore, but that's about it. But in terms of who she is, she's already made a statement.
It's too late. It's like, who I am. They're still going to want to interview me now that I'm out of this situation. Yeah. Mm. I don't know how much money she's going to have left over. Mm. But people in the comments were like, what is funny?
I just keep thinking of her face, because sometimes she just be looking like a scared cat. Oh my
She's talked so bad about everybody, but I feel like because she's going through it so bad, I feel so bad saying what she looks like sometimes. No. It's scary. It's not always easy to look at.
I think that...
But she can't help the thyroid eye.
No, she can't help that. She truly does have an illness, but unfortunately, it just doesn't make you want to be empathetic. But that
smile didn't always look like that.
It doesn't make
what's scaring me. It's very gummy and teethy.
It doesn't make... No, she's always been gummy and teethy.
No, but on her show, she used to be like... Bad.
No, she was smile before Meg, she was the stallion. Them gums was popping out.
Her face is
I'm talking about them gums.
But you know what it is? She could be so like in that home, she's probably not getting the same upkeep like with the Botox and all that. Maybe that's like her real face is coming back, and that's why it's looking like that.
It's droopy.
Yeah,
it is sad. It is sad.
She is older. Like, it ain't like
she.
But when she had all that money on that show, she looked good for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying she was attractive, but she just, her skin looked better. Her face looked healthy.
Mm. Oh, yeah, with money.
Which is crazy, because how many celebrities do we see on TV that probably look a mess? I hope we don't get canceled. We just trying to stir.
No, we're going to.
We ain't editing that.
Yes, we are.
We can't. It's
yes,
so
we
funny.
are. No. It's a lot that I've been saying that I already know.
You can't just say stuff.
Yes.
And that's why we're going to call you Wendy Williams.
She says things. You are Wendy Williams.
Say that about Wendy Williams.
Because you say things knowing that you have the power to be like, edit it out. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
They're seeing the real deal. This is Hot Topics.
No. She leans into the mic and says it.
Yes. You have no regret when you said any of that. And we're keeping it. Also, we got to round it out with this right here. We're going to end on a positive note, guys.
Let's get it.
I've been seeing a lot of I don't know if it's positive or not, but I've been seeing a lot of the Mount Rushmore themes.
Yes.
Trend.
Oh,
yes.
I was very upset with what I've been seeing.
You should be.
First of all, why would they put Neo on the Mount Rushmore with Chris Brown, Usher, and R. Kelly?
Oh, so that's who the other one. We didn't see.
I didn't see the men.
I saw the men one, but I couldn't remember who all was on there.
I was really upset about that.
Yeah,
Neo.
We were talking about it too.
We were talking about the female one.
Well, I said R. Kelly could go.
Oh.
I said R. Kelly could go.
Fine, because of his current state.
Well,
but it doesn't take away what he did.
It doesn't take away what he did.
But what is it based on, though? Because the female one had Sierra on it, and why?
Yeah, I did see that too. I saw that one. But then, the female R&B Rushmore was Whitney, Mariah Carey, Celine Dion, and then they left it blank, and they were saying y'all should put one in there. So
Beyonce.
Was that R&B or just?
It was just general women of music.
Yeah, the one I saw was R&B.
I believe that I would put Toni Braxton instead of Beyonce, but I would not put. If I'm ever gonna put a Mount Rushmore together, I'm probably not gonna put Celine Dion on there anyways. So it probably would have been Beyonce and Toni. But then I get into that whole thing of Beyonce to me is not R&B as much as she's a pop star. You know what I mean? Like she's all of it. You
separate her like Michael.
I separate her and Michael and Prince. I take them out of that category. Whitney, Luther, they're very not comparable. They need their own mountain.
I give you that.
So,
because we said the same thing. We were discussing that, and I was like, "You got to put Michael. You got to put Stevie. You got to put
But of what
Prince.
Pop,
just
right?
in general.
Okay,
like you hold it down.
This is what I said. When they had
just music,
Chris Brown and Usher, I was like,
you can't.
almost have to take them off.
You have
to.
Michael
on it.
You got to take one of them off.
Yeah. You got to put Michael and Prince. You have to have Michael and Prince.
And then you got to put like Stevie Wonder. You got to put somebody like.
Can we put Teddy Pendergrass? Because I really like Teddy.
No.
Oh, okay.
You can't put
He's
Teddy.
Great,
Teddy's great. Luther's
not
great.
That big. Oh, Luther.
Luther, yeah.
Luther.
Then Luther. So Luther, Prince, Michael, Stevie.
Because it's always going to be different because, of course, the generational
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Somebody's going to be like, put Ray Charles. We're not putting Ray Charles up there.
Ray Charles.
I mean, he's a good argument, though.
He is a good argument. Or somebody's going to say James Brown.
Can we put?
Heck yeah,
can
let's
we
put
put
James Brown on there.
No,
Yeah.
but see, you can't because I would rather put Ronald Isley.
See? Or someone's going to be like, what about
Take
Funkadelic?
it-
And why? What
Your whole
about
group.
Roger Troutman?
Well, that's a separate one. You put George Clinton and Roger Troutman. They got to be on one together.
give me Ronald Isley instead of
Yeah, who are you taking
who
off,
you
though?
just said.
Who?
Instead of James Brown.
James, what?
Yeah.
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
You can give me Babyface before you give me R.
Right.
Kelly.
Oh, Babyface is well. People don't think Babyface is a great singer. They think he's a great writer. So it's like, what are we talking about?
He's both.
He's both.
They don't
I mean,
think he's
not
a
the greatest singer
vocalist.
in the world, but
I
still
think
say
he has a great voice. It's very soothing, actually. But people just don't think that.
You know, and then are you going to put Maxwell? Are you going to put...
I am. Well,
You need a whole new mountain.
so if we're talking pop,
Yeah, but that's a
just
whole
pop
nother-
stars,
yeah.
we're going to put Michael. They're going to be mad at this, too, because people think Janet is a bigger pop star than Beyonce. I do not agree, but whatever.
I mean,
So,
she was at one point.
at one point, but unfortunately, she couldn't keep it going. Beyonce has kept it going for 30
she still
years.
is able
No,
to
no,
sell
no,
out
no.
tours,
She's
don't
still,
she?
she's still
Yeah,
doing
and she's
it.
tired
Kelsey.
when she's doing it.
No,
So
she's
no.
52.
that's not my problem. And when Beyonce is
Her
52 when she
whole-
performs, that breath control will still be there.
She's still doing it. You can't. You
She's
can't.
tired.
She's not even
She's
retired.
supposed to be
tired.
tired.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is.
No,
in
she's
her
not.
50s,
Whitney was
yes,
never
she
tired.
is. She
When
can't be out
Whitney
there
came back
stomping
and
the
did
Rhythm
that
Nation.
Sparkle movie and was singing, she wasn't tired.
She wasn't as old as Janet is now.
She was 50.
You said Whitney?
No, she wasn't.
Yeah.
Whitney is a singer. She doesn't dance.
So
There's
she
a
wasn't tired.
difference.
Michael was never tired. We ain't never seen him
Yes,
tired.
he was.
He was not tired. He was dead. I'm sorry. Anyways, the
No.
Mount Rushmore of pop, are we all in agreement that it's Michael, Prince, Beyonce, and
Britney Spears.
I'm fine with
I
that.
was gonna say Madonna because I'm like, if you talk about,
I'm fine
pop
with
now,
that.
That's a whole nother list.
If
Pop,
you talk about
pop.
pop, that's another list.
I'm fine with
I mean,
that. Just
Michael
pop
and Prince
stars.
still exist
Because
in
you
that,
got to
but-
put Christina.
No,
You got to put.
she's not big enough for that.
No, she-
Pop stars.
I would put Britney over her.
Britney
Now,
or
granted,
Madonna?
she
We
can
gotta
sing
pick.
better,
Okay.
but
Britney or Madonna? Who
Okay.
we picking?
Madonna. Because
Madonna.
they're
Without
all
Madonna, there's no-
after Madonna.
All right,
Yeah,
cool. So we
yeah.
got Michael, Prince, Beyonce, Madonna.
And Madonna, yeah.
Those are the Mount Rushmores of
Those
pop.
are the Mount
Cool.
Rushmores of pop.
Not Elvis. Just kidding. Just wanted to be
I'm
wanted
gonna
to be a
make
little
strong
messy.
argument for Janet though. She's an icon. She
I'm
really is.
gonna have to say Janet. I'm gonna have
Instead
to
of
put.
who?
I'm gonna have to put
She
Janet.
did that even with her brother being a pop star, and she still was able to hold her own. Something that Jermaine Jackson
Instead of
could
who?
not.
We're taking Madonna off,
I'm gonna take Madonna off and put
Yeah.
Janet.
but we're leaving Beyonce.
We're leaving Beyonce.
Okay, fine. I think Beyonce would probably say put Janet instead of me because I think she feels like without.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without Janet, yeah.
But that's not our problem, so we're not. So by Madonna, we're putting Janet. Cool. The R&B Mount Rushmore. Are we in agreement?
Bobby
Usher,
Brown.
Bobby Brown.
No.
No.
He's
That's
just
what
kidding.
Bobby-
Oh,
He's
because
just kidding.
as I said it, I'm like, okay, Usher. We have to have Usher.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
R&B, right?
Oh, you said pop or R&B?
This is just
R&B.
R&B. Just R&B. We
Okay,
just did
okay,
pop.
okay.
Usher,
Usher.
R. Kelly.
I'll give it to him. Yeah.
Who else
Again,
are we
we
doing?
talking
Where?
about
Who
what
else are we putting in there?
generation, though, 'cause-
Just in general, this is legendary pop stars. Usher, R. Kelly. Are we putting Chris Brown? Or is
For
it too many
pop?
great acts? But for no R&B.
You keep going back and forth.
No,
he said R&B.
this is R&B. Our
This
pop
is
stars
R&B.
are already
I'm gonna say Stevie Wonder.
for R&B.
Yeah.
He's a legend.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, so Stevie Wonder, Usher. We got two more.
Listen, he made the birthday song for Martin Luther King, man.
Who? Stevie?
Yeah.
I don't know any
That don't
Stevie
mean
Wonder
nothing.
music. I don't know Stevie Wonder music. So who we got two spots of y'all? Are there females from R&B we're doing? Like that's a separate list. So
That's
just
a separate
males.
list.
Just
So
males.
just
male
males.
and female. They had
So let's-
separate ones.
Yeah, so let's say Usher, let's say
R. Kelly or
R. Kelly,
Mhm.
let's say Chris Brown, and let's say
Keith Sweat?
nope. I don't know, because then in my head I'm thinking, okay, do we want to go with D'Angelo? Do we want to say Maxwell? Do we want to
No,
say
D'Angelo don't got enough music.
You know, yeah.
It's
Maxwell,
such great
maybe?
music. I again stand on 10 toes down to say quality over quantity.
Oh, so then maybe we
But-
could do
Why still say
maybe we could do Ronald Isley.
We can't.
His
do
career,
Ronald
you
Isley.
guys.
He's a group It's in a group.
Oh, fine.
So just let them.
Yeah,
be.
but without Ronald, there's no group.
I understand,
Fine.
but
Babyface.
like, we're not
Are we
doing
doing
Boys to
Babyface?
Men as
Babyface.
one.
Babyface is responsible for a lot of music.
I mean, he is.
So we'll put him in there. He'll hold it down for the writers on Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, no,
R.
that's
Kelly is,
Stevie,
too.
and so is R. Kelly.
Oh, you're right.
I mean, but they are artists too. I mean, I would say
Yeah.
Babyface probably is more so. I don't want to say he's more so a writer, but
He's a better writer than R. Kelly.
yeah, he's made more of an impression on that end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna give it to Chris, Usher, R. Kelly, and Babyface, or Maxwell.
No, Babyface.
Babyface. Fine.
Well, because I can't think of anybody else right now.
Can't either.
And
That's
it's all
like
based off criteria. What's your criteria?
Yeah, that's tough. Female R&B.
Oh,
I know mine. Mine's easy.
okay, go.
Toni Braxton, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, and I'm gonna say this name, and I don't think y'all are gonna like it, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Brandy.
That's my whole list. I would have the exact same.
But now the argument, I got to be the devil's advocate, is Whitney and Mariah considered pop though? Because I'll be honest with you, Whitney didn't start doing R&B until the late '90s.
So
She
if
was
we're
more of a
saying
pop
if
act
we're
than
saying
she was R&B.
okay, if we're gonna say that she's doing pop, Mariah and Whitney are considered pop, then I'm gonna put Shantae Moore, and I'm gonna put.
I forgot about Shantae.
I'm gonna have Tony.
That's the hard part.
I'm gonna
about
do
this
Tony. I'm
conversation.
gonna do Shantae Moore. I'm gonna do Brandy, and maybe Monica.
I grew up on Whitney Houston being an R&B artist, but you know what I just
Well, yeah,
realized?
that's when you were born.
You know, that's all I knew.
Actually,
but I
Ashanti.
just realized, no,
Actually, I'm gonna do
we're all
Ashanti.
wrong. Mary J. Blige.
Yeah, that's what I said that yesterday.
Yeah.
Mary J.
I was
Blige
looking at
has
that
to
list,
be.
I was like, I'm
You
gonna
can't
put
have a
Mary
Mount
J.
Rushmore without her for
Yeah,
R&B.
For R&B.
So I gotta change that, I guess. So Tony for sure.
Yeah, and I'll take Shantae off, and I'll go ahead and add Ashanti. I'll take Shantae off, and I'll add Ashanti because she
Where are
created
you
so
putting Mary
much.
J. at?
So it's Mary J, it's Ashanti, is
Tony.
Tony, and Brandy. So that's 4.
No Mariah Carey?
She's pop.
Oh, she's pop.
We said pop
Okay,
for
okay, okay,
her
I'm
and
sorry.
Whitney
Yeah,
are
I
pop.
don't- like I said, I don't want to throw. I mean, some people still will put her on there. but
Ashanti?
I just,
I'm not putting her on the Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
There's too many bigger artists holding it down, like Monica, that could be up there.
That's true.
So we got Mary J. Blige, Toni Braxton, Brandy,
Mm-hmm.
and
And Monica. Or do you want to do Tamia?
yes. Now that makes sense. Now that got me. And to me, it's not as big as she should be.
I was
She's
gonna say
underrated.
she didn't.
Yeah.
She's not as big as Monica. She's not as big as Monica. She's probably not even as
Can we
big
put Candy
as Keisha
Burris?
Cole. She's probably not even.
She
as,
can't sing like them, but her pen game.
Candy is just.
Candy gets the same credit Babyface got.
No, she doesn't. She's not
No,
on
she
that
don't even
level.
get that as much.
She has written a lot. Though I'm not taking
Who
anything
are we
from
missing?
Candy, but not as much as Babyface.
Is there somebody in the 90s we're missing a female? Is Karen White?
I love Karen White, but no.
Okay. In the 80s, are we missing anybody?
I was gonna say, I mean, but again, are we going back to that?
Paula
far?
Abdul?
No, you would have to say
'cause
somebody
this is
like
the
you'd have to
thing.
say
gotta
like
go
Anita
Aretha Franklin,
Baker.
You gotta go.
Yeah.
You
You
gotta,
gotta
go that far back.
That's
you gotta
the key.
Get all those.
You
We
gotta
were
say
missing it.
like
We were
Patti
messing
LaBelle.
Patti LaBelle.
You gotta say Anita.
Gladys Knight, Anita Baker.
Who
like,
sings
you
No
gotta
One in the
go-
World? Is that Patti LaBelle? No one in the world can.
That's Anita Baker.
That's Anita Baker?
Yeah.
Then put her on there. 'Cause I
Yeah.
love
A
that
lot
song.
of people grew
Yeah.
up on that. So
Let's
I'm
do
like,
Mary
yeah.
J, Tony.
You would have to do it based on years.
But Tony is
Because it's
the
just-
Anita Baker. So Anita Baker has to go before Tony then.
Tamar?
We
I don't think people can sing like. I think Toni Braxton is, to me, my opinion, is the second best female singer we've gotten. And number one is Whitney. I
In
think
my-
Tony sings better than Mariah Carey.
In my opinion, I feel
Ooh.
like in my opinion,
big
it's
one.
always going to be like as a combination of just pop and R&B because I feel like they do it both. It's going to be my Mount Rushmore is going to be Whitney, Mariah, Shantae Moore, and Tony Braxton.
Somebody
Like,
You said it
hands
was
down.
my list with Brandy.
Somebody
I
said
know,
just
but-
put Whitney at different ages on that Mount Rushmore.
Accurate.
From a
She can do
baby
it by
to the
herself.
adult.
But like we said earlier, she
gets
needs her own mountain like Beyonce.
She needs her own mountain.
Is there another genre we did pop, R&B for male and female? No, we didn't. We didn't do female pop artists. So I guess then that's where we would get our
That's where
Mariah
we get
Careys
our
and
Whitney's
Whitney's and Tony's.
Yeah, you have to
Tony
do
not
that.
pop.
Tony is not pop.
You got to do that through decades because that's too hard. Like to really bring it down to 4 people.
But that's the cool thing about when you know you're legendary, because the mountain is supposed to be for legendary people. If they were able to exist through the time, like they defied generations. Whitney Houston had, in every single generation, her name was mentioned for a reason. Same thing with Michael and Prince.
Yeah.
Beyonce, actually, since she came out in 97, there's not been a 10-year gap where she's not on top. Same thing with, well, no, we can't say that about Mariah Carey. Or can we?
Yeah, she only had like 1 or 2 years in there where she was,
Nicki Minaj, help. I know. If we did a female rap mountain, is Nicki Minaj on that list?
I would say so. I think she earned her stripes. Yeah. It's gonna be Lauren. It's gonna be Nicki. It's gonna be, dang y'all, who else?
Do we give Lauryn Hill too much credit?
Absolutely not.
We don't give Lauren too much credit.
Absolutely not.
From the one album. I'm just asking. I'm not saying we do or don't. I'm just asking.
I'll say this: she loses points because of that. Because you almost now you can't go against MC Lyte and somebody else who's put out
like she don't even got. She got
it's
the
great,
Fugees,
but I'm not taking nothing away from her. Nope. I mean, she had the Fugees album, but at the same time,
quality
now you got somebody
over quantity.
You're right.
Quality.
I agree.
Over
quantity.
Yeah,
do we give Cardi B too much credit?
And it's been quality though.
Do we give Cardi B too much credit?
Yeah,
we do.
Yeah,
but we don't give Lauren.
No.
Okay. I'm just wondering. I'm just literally.
Cardi is a nice honorable mention, but
she's not close to the Mount Rushmore yet.
Oh no, she hasn't earned that.
I think that it's got to be Lauren and Nicki up there, and then I'm going to say.
Well, see, you got Missy, and then you got.
I'm gonna say Missy.
I'm not putting. I think I am gonna take Nicki Minaj off. I just thought about that.
Okay.
I know what I know what she's done hasn't been done before by other female rappers, and she took the game to a different height. But I think Queen Latifah, MC Lyte.
Little Kim,
Lauryn Hill, like you said, and maybe Missy Elliott. And the only reason why I'm saying Lauryn Hill is because I think she was the first female rapper with a Grammy.
Yeah, she was.
Or was it Queen? Queen never got one.
Queen never got one.
No.
But I'm definitely gonna say, and this is gonna be edited out because I don't want it on there.
She thinks this. She thinks
I'm gonna say that. Dang it! Now you made me forget what I was gonna say.
Because she was trying to make sure it was edited out. It's not getting edited out.
Yep.
You guys, what this is, Hot Topics is really gonna be what we intended Cousin Talk to be in the beginning, which was at a family gathering when you and your cousin sneak away and y'all start talking about everybody's business. That's what Hot Topics is about. We're gonna have more episodes that come to y'all that are just genuine episodes.
Yes.
But this Hot Topics is actually it's therapeutic for me. We get to talk about everybody else's business.
This is true. This is true.
But yeah, this week has been a lot. My highlight of the week was probably seeing Chris Brown with them people. I don't know why, but I'm just like, y'all give me hope.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now we're gonna wind down up out of here. I gotta go get a drink anyway, y'all. So this has been fun.
All right, y'all.
Hot Topics round 2.